Okay, dear students, kindly change your registration number as you are seeing now. It should be the same format. Okay, don't put your name. Don't mix with your name and just number. It should be the following exact format. Okay, all should be capital. Don't miss your attendance for their small mistake. Kindly change your registration number immediately in this format that I have shared in the screen now. Okay, so this is from your from SLEAT, they're asking your attendance strictly. So for the easiness, easily find out or filter your attendance, we are asking to follow the format which I have shared in the screen. Kindly all rename your registration number in that format. Remove your name, put your registration number only. All should be in the the letter should be in the capital letter. So please do it. Okay, if I can't find your registration number in that format, I will remove you from the attendance. Okay, I will put absent. So kindly change your registration number in the format which I have shared in the screen. Don't use your name, only your registration number. Okay, let me move the subject. Okay, can you see the screen now? Can you all see the screen? Quickly reply me. Can you all see the screen which I shared? The blue color screen, MS introduction. Can you, okay. So the from the last week, today I'm going to we are going to check the following two the content editing, proofing, and formatting area in the plus if you have an extra time, we will discuss about watermark too. So in the first part, in this section, in the first subcategory, how to select, copy, cut, and paste. Okay, let's see one by one. That purpose, I will share the screen of MS Word. Okay, let me check with the first thing, copy paste. That is we know very well. All of you know very well. But there are some simple trick that you have to use while copy paste option. Okay, you know actually copy mean the original content still exists and you are taking a copy of that. And if you use cut option, then that means you are removing the original content from the particular place and move to somewhere else. Okay, in this case you have only one portion or one section or one copy. Okay, that is the basic difference. But in terms of paste, so for the copy option we use Ctrl+C as a shortcut key. For the cut purpose, Ctrl+X. And the paste, if you copy something, let's say this one, let me create something. Okay, this sentence having some, I'm creating some link also, let's say, just for the purpose. Okay, so I'm creating this link that is different purpose. Okay, now look at here, this is different style, and here's something, the, and so look at this paragraph. It's have a general textile and linked sentence which is linked to google.com. Another 2 words using bold and italic, and finally another 2 words, that is the size has increased. Now I'm just copying these option and going to paste somewhere else. Let's say here I'm going to paste it. Simply what you can do, you can use Ctrl V, it's the paste option. While clicking Ctrl V, exactly you will receive the what you have exactly paste. But in other terms, look at here while pasting. So you can right click on it and you will have 3 options here. To paste particular content, it is now providing 3 options. One is keep source formatting. Second one, merge formatting. Third one, keep text only. So I'm just pasting here. Okay, you have this is just this is using the format keep source formatting option. Now let's see what is the difference between merge format. Merge formatting mean, look the different when you just paste something with the keep source formatting, the same exact style will format here. The link, bold, italic, and font size increased. But merge formatting, something different. Look at here. Sorry. The word size keeps still same, exact other word size. But rest of the things are same. Underline and other source formatting same, but only the letter size has back to the original size. Okay, and this is not compulsory, but another important paste option, right click and look at here, keep text only. If you use this option, it will give you only the text. It won't give you hyperlink. It won't give you other formatting options. That means sizing, raised or bold or italic, it will not give you. So when you copy paste something, you have to consider these things. Okay, this is very compulsory. Even if you just copy paste using Ctrl V, you can paste it. See, it is kind of keep source formatting same. But in this case, you can change it simply. Go here, when you paste something, there is an option automatically displaying here. And if you click the down arrow button, you have 3 options. By selecting one of these options, you can immediately change into the record format. If you need or keep text only, then you can select this one. That's it. Like this here, see, it is showing here, you can change it. This is the basic difference. Okay, nothing more about it. And we know what is the control key, I mean a shortcut key. Control C for copy, Control X for cut, and Control V for paste. Okay, let me move the next section. And these are some options available in the ribbon area. So paste option, cut, copy, format painter. In that sense, I have to show you what is format painter also. So these are the options I just show you. If you take the paste option, see, there are different options that is we have discussed, and cut is here, paste is here. When you select some text, automatically cut and paste will be showing you. Okay, let's see what is format painter. Now look at this text. This text has different style. That means I have increased the font size. Okay, now let's see, you want to increase the font, the same font size somewhere else here. What you can do, just click here and click format painter. Now it will copy the not letters but the formats or what the style you have used for the particular letters. Now bring your cursor where the text or where the sentence or where the word, which word you need to change, select it. Just click and drag. That's all. It's changing automatically. For example, so you want to copy this style and click Format Painter and bring here and paste it. See, it is changing. You can see the link here. Okay. So this is also changing. So that is the main purpose of Format Painter. You can copy any kind of style from an MS Word text. Okay. Check this is also, that's also fine. And another important part, find and replacing. Okay, let me check find and replacing how it's work. And the control shortcut key for the find and replacing is Control F. Okay, or else you can go here, home ribbon, and find the editing section here, replace. This is also will produce find and replace option. Home ribbon or home menu, and then go here, this area, editing area, and select replace. So what we can do with this one, you can find some words in your document. If you want to check, is there any word, let's say now freeze, you can just type and click it. There is any word, it will show the word place. Otherwise, it will show you, it will tell you, we could not find what you were looking for. Okay, let's say I want to check 2 words. Yes, 2 is here. It is highlighting here. So reading highlight, can use highlight all the 2 will be highlighted. You can easily find the word. But the problem is, look at here, it will highlight the word TO even if it is within a single word. For example, if you take button word, it is having the letter TO. So it will find these also. Okay, let's see again, replace, find 2. So it is high, it will find everything. Okay, and if you want to check one by one, just click and click find next. So it will show you one by one. Fine. See, you can check one by one. And replace, it is very important. Now these you can type which word you want to replace and with which term. Let's say instead of 2, I want to put FO, 4, let's say 4, and any word. So you can check one by one. If you click replace, at a time it will replace only one word. Look at here, it will only replace it. You can see again, it will come here. So you can check whether you want to change it or not. In case if you want to change everything at a time, you can click replace all. See, it is saying all done. We made 28 replacement. Got it? So that's easy, na? Now go to the third option, go to. So here from one page you can jump another page. Let's say you want to go to page number 3. Yes, it's now we are in page number 3. If you want to go to page number 1, just click simply. Likewise, we can search using these options. For example, heading. If you use any heading here, using the heading, you can change. You can go it. Okay. Okay, yeah, that is find and replace option. So this is find and replace option. Okay, the next part is check spelling and grammar. So you can find these also from review under review menu. So there are normally we use these after completing our documentation. Let's say you are doing a report work, you are typing something, or you are doing an assignment. So after finishing your assignment, you have to check for spelling and grammar check. There are any spelling mistake or is there any grammatical error? Okay, mostly it will show you correctly. There any spelling mistake will show you. There any grammar mistake it will show you, but not perfectly. Also, you can use Treasure to change your word meanings for those for those purpose. Also, you can use these area. Okay, let me check. I'll go here. New document. Okay, this is the so I have this is automatically created by MS Word, so you can't find any issue here. So I'll just purposely do some mistaken to check what are the possible. I mean, what kind of issue, grammatical issue can happen in any word file. Let's say I'm deleting some word here. So look, since it is a very simple document, I can easily find what are the mistake here. Here, again, click here. It is showing. No, the here there are chance to be 4 kind of mistakes, and one kind is the word is not in the MS Word dictionary. The word you have typed, it is not in the MS Word dictionary. If that's so, then those kind of word will be represented by the red color underline, which means the word is wrong. There is a spelling mistake. Okay. Second one, green color. That is normally pure, the grammar mistake. For example, instead of what is your name, if you put what name, instead of you have the grammar, exact grammar way, what is your name? But if you put what your name, then there is a small grammar mistake. There we have lost is. So in that kind of situation, it will show you green color underline. Now look at here, another kind of another color of underline here, blue color. So which actually mean it is also grammar, but not in word wise, but in terms of spaces, which means you have made some extra space here. Okay, in this case, the red color line, it means either the word does not included in your MS Word dictionary, or else the word contains some spelling grammar. The Razi is a name, so MS Word doesn't know who is Razi. So definitely it will show you the error, like spelling mistake. It says the word does not exist. Spelling mistake means the particular word does not exist in the MS Word dictionary. So if you're using Mohammed or Raz, your name continuously frequently in Word, what you can do, you can add this word in your MS Word dictionary. See, add to dictionary. If you use add to dictionary, now these words included in MS Word dictionary. So again, if you type the name, you will not find a mistake. See, look at you. But in other case, look at here, option, it is not a name. Actually, it's an English word, but still it has some mistake. So if you know the mistake, you can find it. If you don't know, let's check how to find these error. So sometimes it is very hard to find the space, whether it is 1 space or 2 space or 3 space, we don't know. So what you can do, just go the review area and click grammar or spelling checker, or for me, F7 is the shortcut key. If I click F7 or if I select these option, I will have these dialog box. I'm using MS Word 2013, but different version will have different shortcut key. You just can check it. Now it is automatically find it. See, it is suggesting you there's a small mistake in this word, prove your. So it is asking, are you want to change it? If you want to change it, you can click it change button. So automatically these spaces will be adjusted. Or if you don't want to change and you want to keep the same as what you have typed, then you can click ignore. So for me, I want to change the mistake. I want to correct the mistake. So I will click change. So it is correct. Now it is again going to exactly the next error. So now it is asking, are you trying to type options? Are you trying to type options? All are yes, apostrophe yes, or position. So my target is option. So what can I do? I can ignore simply or ignore all, both are same, which means if you type the same word again without I, it will not show you if you click ignore all. Admin, it will add to dictionary if it is a new word, as I added the name Ras. But change mean you have to find the exact word here. Let's say options is my target and change. Change mean it will change in only one place. Look at here. I'll type here also. Option. See same word. It is showing error. Here two. And again here another word option. There are multiple options. See, now I can do. So it's fine. It's asking, I want to change this one. If you want to change only this place, you have to click change. But if you want to change in all places with the same spelling, then you have to click change all. So it will correct it. See? So somehow it will increase the quality of our document. No, I'm not showing the share. I have shared the document, MS Word document. I'm showing in a practically. Can you see the MS Word screen? Can you see the MS Word screen? I'm showing you practically. Can you see that? Okay. So this is how the proofing option in MS Word is working. Okay, so MS Word spelling and grammar is very important. Now let's see what is treasure. That is also here. Go to review menu or review ribbon. In the proofing area, click treasure. So it is used to find the meaning. For example, if you want to find the meaning of this word, synonym is wait. Or I can copy and paste this here. See, it will show you adjective or different, so similar words. Professionally, what does it mean? You can use any other word here. Just click here. You can find the word. Okay. So for this purpose, to find the meaning of any word, you can use either what you can do. Right click on the particular word and click synonyms. Both are okay. So you can replace it. See, job wise. For example, I want to change the name of with the same name but different word produced, and check which is the very much matched your selected word. So for example, instead of produced, I can use just say created. It is creating. So these two kind you can use it. Treasure. Okay. Even look at here, the translate option will help you to change your document purely. You can change normal also. And click OK. So it will open for the you click it, it will open the new document in the browser and will show you the Tamil translation. You can use it, but we are not using this one because Google Translate is a better option. So that's why we are not using this much. So in MS Office, you must know how to use spelling and grammar checker and how to use treasure. Okay. Let's move to the next slide. So this is what we have discussed so far. So this is synonym also we have discussed. And formatting your text. How to format? Let's see one by one. In that case, first part, font area, this area. Let's see separately this area. We are going to check, go to home ribbon, and one part is this area, font. This is also kind to format your font. Let's do it one by one. So let's go, I want to do some formatting for this paragraph, or let's say for this word. So whatever you have to select first, or before you start typing, you can select what you need. Or better after completing all the work, then you can do one by one. Select the required word and click here, and font you can find the font. Increase size. So this is also used to increase or decrease size, and these option will help you to. So look at here. It is first in this paragraph only few letters seems capital letter. For example, in video V, again in when W, in online O. But if you want it, you can change it. If you want to remove all the capital letters to small letters, you want to change it, then go here and lowercase. Everything will change to lowercase. So, or else if you want everything uppercase, yes, everything uppercase. Or else if you want to, the capitalize each words mean first letter only from each word. See, in each word, only the first letter will change as a capital letter. So this can be done using these options. And if I ask you, okay, the next option, another formatting option. So look at here, this one. We want to bold it, yes. And the shortcut key, Control B. Okay, if you click Control B, it will change. And next one, italic. So this is italic. Control I. Again, the next section is underline. Control U. You can see the option here. By clicking, you can do it. A different kind of underline you can find it. Okay, anything you can use it. More style, more color, underline color can be found from here. So click this arrow button and you can find it. And the strike through. Strike through. Okay, and next one is subscript, and this is superscript. And the shortcut key also provided here. Look here. For example, I'll show you, I'll increase the font size and show you clearly. Let's say if you want to type CO2, CO2. We know this is a formula in a science, the gas name. So we know the O should be come below the letter O's bottom line. So what can I do? First you can, while typing, you can do it. CO, click to, or else first you can finish typing, then select the required letter and click subscript. Likewise, superscript, let's say x squared plus the mathematical equation, something like this, 2x. So here the number 2 should be placed in the bottom line of upper part of the X. So just select it and click superscript. So this is how these superscript and subscript are using for our purpose. Okay. And next one, this is word art. Okay, let's say select this letter and go here and select any kind. See, word art. This is we call word art, or they those days they call it word art. Nowadays they say that the effects and typography, whatever both are correct, you can say word art or something. So any kind of style you can find it here. Hope you understand. The next two option, the first option, it's about the highlight selected text. For example, you want to highlight this area, just select the text and go here and find the required color. It's highlighted, not background color, it's highlighting. Background color and highlighting is different. And the next one is formatting, font color, sorry. If you want to change the font color here, select the required sentence or word and click any required font color. Okay. So I have done a lot of formatting here. With a single click, I can remove all the font formatting or font style. So that button is here. Look at here. Clear all formatting. Okay, sorry, only one letter select. Just click somewhere else. Select the required area and click remove the font formatting. All the format has been removed. Okay. And other than this, there are some more font formatting option available. For that purpose, you have to select this one, this button. You have to click this button, or else press Ctrl D, and you will have these dialog box. Here also you can find, look at here, font style you can find here, and what kind of font, whether italic or bold, a regular, or bold italic, and font size. This is the font name again. Sorry. And this is again font color and underline style. This is what we discussed, and whether it is strike through or double strike through. So this is we have here we have 3, 6 strike through, superscript, subscript, and underline, and italics are available here. This is also here, except we have extra things, double strike through, small cap, all cap, hidden. It is here. So I'll show you how hidden work. Let's select this word. Let's see how it is changing. Go here and click hidden and check how this works. See, the word is hidden. Do you want back the word? Go here. Okay. And these are some extra formatting options available in MS format. And this is, we don't need these things. So here it is about again paragraph, that this area. I will come next later in this area. So this is about the formatting. Definitely you will use while doing any report work. Definitely you need to use these things. Okay. Now let's see this some other area. Again, paragraph, the second part, the formatting area. So we have discussed font area. Now this is the paragraph area. How the paragraph should be start. How the paragraph should be listed, whether you want to numbered listed or bullet point style, and how the subsection should be started, how the paragraph the first line should be started. Okay, what is what your expectation about the space between the letters, or two spaces or two lines, or how the spaces should be two different paragraph, and how the space should be the word letters in a single word. So all things can be done using these paragraph area. Let's do one by one. Let's say if you want to type something, let's say names of students. Okay, so if you want to make it as a the points format, then you can use this bullet option. There are different kind of bullets here. You can use anything. Okay, or else if you want to make it as a numbered list, ordered list, for example 1 2 3, you can click it here. It will automatically show you numeric number, but you can change it. From this one you can change any format. So let's say ABC. So any format you can create, or else you can create new number design. Just click it here. Okay, you can do anything you want, so using these number option. And this is subcategory. So to get this hierarchy, number hierarchy, you have to use tab key, for example. Okay. See, this is okay, 1 2. Now you can enter, it will create automatically number 2, but you don't want it as a major number. You want to create a subcategory of Muhammad. Let's say you have to, from this position, you have to click or you have to press tab key and type whatever you want. Let's say he is from Kalmonai. Now again you want a subcategory from part A. Again you have to press tab key. Kalmonai is in Amhara district. Likewise, you can create many number of subcategories. See, you can create it as much as you want. Okay, for that purpose, you have to use tab key. Okay. Now let's see the part. The paragraph section, we have discussed these two, and this is intent. So like, for example, keep your mouse pointer here and click this one. See the intent. It will bring your the paragraph into some portion. So this is intent, where to start, where to finish. Okay, and this is actually short, we don't need about it. And again, these 3 4 are alignment, whether you want make it as a left alignment or right alignment or centered or justified. For each alignment you have different the shortcut keys. Okay, so let's see. So keep the cursor wherever we want and click let's say right side, Control R. So the alignment, the paragraph alignment from right side. If you want to center, then you have to use Ctrl E. If you want to justify both sides should be aligned, then you have to use Ctrl J. So this is the difference. So you must know it. This is all. I hope many of you are familiar with this. Now let's talk about the space between two lines or two paragraphs. Let's say I want to make same line space for all the sentence here. Then select all by pressing Ctrl A. You can select all and go here and see you can change the line space. Let's say 1.5. This is the original. I'm moving to 1.5. See, it's increased. And if you want to create some space between, if you feel the space between two paragraphs is not enough, just select all and go here and add space, or else you can remove. If you want it, if you don't want, you can remove. If you remove this, so you can't find the difference between two lines, which is first paragraph or second paragraph, you can understand. So for that purpose, you have to use, it's better to use some space. So it's easily you can identify this is separate paragraph and again this is separate paragraph. So these spaces will differentiate that. Okay. Again, let's talk about background color. Let's say if you want to make some background for this paragraph, go here and the background color is here and put some. Okay. So this is how you have to use the paint bucket to create a shading, background shading for your selected text. And this is again to create a underline or box around your texts. For example, select this one, and if you want to make some lines around your texts, you can use. Okay, I hope you have understood easily this area, and that's all about paragraph. Okay, now another important part, the style, these guys. Okay, so when you are developing some documents in MS Word, definitely you are working with different heading. That is, we say main heading, subheading, small heading. So we used to say in manual writing, when you write in your book or copy, you just use red color pen and use some centered, some underline for the main heading. For the subheading, you write it with different color of pen and small letters. Okay, so this is how manually we used to do it. Even in MS Office also, what people using, they don't use the heading option. They directly for the first heading they say, okay, this is 16 Times New Roman, and the color should be this one, and they type something. Again they are coming, they're again changing. Okay, subheading, it should be 14 Times New Roman, and the color is different. They type something. See, it's differentiate. But MS Word seeing these kind of differentiation text just as a text only, just like a formatting, these formatting only. It is not heading actually. Okay, it will create lots of confusion among you. For example, if you want to create table of content, these method will not help you. So while creating table of content, you have to check one by one and you have to type it. I'll show you. Let's see. Okay, look at this one. I'm creating some sample paragraph. Okay, now I have how many pages? 2 pages, not enough. Okay, let's say I have created a document with, let's say, number of pages. How many pages here? 24 pages. Okay, so this is part 1. There should be a heading. I'm just creating. This is heading 1. This is main heading. Okay, again there's some heading here. This is, let's say, here heading 1.1, subheading of main page. And again, this is heading 1.2, subheading again for the first heading one. And now this is again the another main heading, let's say heading 2. And again, this is main heading, heading 3. And again, this is, let's say this is heading 3.1, subheading of main heading. Again, this one heading 3.2. Again, this one heading 3.2.1. So subheading of heading through to 3.2. So likewise, I can create lots of document. Let's say this is heading 4. I'll show you the different. Please watch it patiently. See, this is heading 5. Again, this is heading 6. And this is heading 6.1. So subheading of that. Yes, I'm creating a lot of heading, and you will understand it. Wait and see. Heading 7. And again, heading 8. Again, heading 9. This is heading 9.1. Heading 9.2. Heading 9.3. Can you see now? Can you see the screen now? Okay. And again, heading 9.4. So likewise, I have created a lot of heading and heading 10. That's all. Let's say I have created a document which is 25 pages and it has 10 main headings and some main headings having some subheadings. Okay. Now my target is to create a table of content. So which page having which part? For example, heading 1 is page number 1. Heading 2 is page number 3. Likewise, I have to create it. So what people are normally doing, they are creating a blank page somewhere else, any separate document, or else the same document, they are creating a blank page and they type everything like this: table of content and heading 1, and type some spaces or put some the dotted line, and this is how they used to type. This is majority of the students are doing mistakes. So this is page number 1. Again, they are typing heading 1.1. Okay, typing something. So it's not looks good actually. 1.1. See, this is not perfect. This is purely wrong. Okay, so you have to check one by okay 1. Again you have to check. Okay, 1.2 is page number 2. He's coming back again. He's entering something, heading 1.2 and typing some rubbish things here and puts let's say page number 2. Page number 2. This is again page number 1. So this is how people used to type it. Okay. So to create this table of content easily, okay, so what I have done, I have prepared this document. Okay, for my just for example, I'm preparing this document, and there are some heading. Some, if you type everything manually, you have done. So after completing your document finish, see, I have a document. This is main heading 1 and subheading of main heading. This is also subheading of main heading 1, and this is main heading 2, and this is main heading 3. Likewise, I have created 10 main headings, and some main headings have subheading also, like heading 1.1, heading 1.2, and some having heading 3.1, heading 3.1.2, like subheadings. There are subheading also. So if you want to make a table of content for this document, what normally we are doing, create a blank page, or we are opening a new page, and that page we are typing one by one, like so here we're typing heading 1 and typing everything manually. So it takes a lot of time and waste of time, and it creates a lot of confusion. If you're really working with you may understand. You will face a lot of difficulties and a lot of rubbish things. You will irritate it finally. So this is how we used to. Majority of the students are following this way. This is purely wrong. Okay, what they're doing, they're typing something here, table of content, and typing something. This is wrong. This is not the actual way. So original way is, okay. So if you finish these things, now you have to select different style for main heading. Okay, all the main heading should be 1. All the subheading, first subheading should be in another style. All the second subheading should be another style. So for that purpose, go to home. Okay, and look at here. These are the heading available here. So if you need, you can create your own heading. See, create a style. You can create your own heading style. Otherwise, already created style are here. You can use this one. For example, I'm using heading 1 here. Heading 1. This is heading 2. Okay. Again, this is also heading 2. So all the first subheading should be one style. All the main heading should be another style. Likewise, you have to categorize it. Again, main heading 2. That is heading 1. This is already created. If you want, you can create your own. I'll show you that also. Again, this is heading, main heading, and main subheading, first subheading. This is also first subheading. And look at here, I will find, this is the second subheading. Therefore, this is heading 3. Now create all the, I'll show you all. And this is again heading 4. This is the main heading. So likewise, after finishing your documentation, you have to do it this is a simple case, just selecting only the available option. That's all. This is also main heading. So you must know which one is main heading, which is first subheading, which is second subheading. You must know it. Heading 2. And again, this is also main heading. And heading number 8 also main heading. Let's check heading, main heading. This is subheading 1. This is also 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 main heading. So that's all we have in our list. We have in the document. We have created a document. What you can do is, so you have to place your cursor where you want to put your table of content. Normally, table of content will come in the first part before the content start, isn't it? Content will, or table of content or contents will start before the main part is starting. So I can put the cursor here. I can set some new page, blank page. So in the page, place your cursor here. Okay. Place your cursor and go to reference area. Click the reference menu bar. Now look at here, table of content is here. See, you can find any table of content style, or you can create your own table of content style here. So I just want to use this one, click it. See, simple. Can you see the table of content? With a single click, you can create it. And it is very easy. You know why? For example, look at here, table heading number 4 is in page number 8. Now come to page number 8, or go to page number heading 4. Let's say now this is in page number 8. Now I'll put something here, and I'll move the page number heading 4 into page number 5. Okay, it is now in page number 5. So we can make many changes. For example, now it is come to page number 5. Likewise, you can change many things. So again, look at here. Heading 4 is page number 8. It is wrong. Automatically, it is now heading 4 came to page number 9. You have to change. You don't need to type here. Just click here or click here the option update table. It will ask you only the page number or the entire table. It should be entire table. Okay, and click it. See, page number 8, change all the page number are changing automatically. We don't need to check manually. Okay, we don't need to run behind these things. Just the main thing is you have to use these style, heading style here. Okay, that's the main point here. So you can easily find it. Even you can create link also. For example, if you want to visit, let's say this heading, just press Ctrl button and click here. It will bring you to heading 9.2. Simple, very simple. Have you all understood? Or do you have any doubt? Quickly tell me. If you have any doubt, please ask me. If not, we'll continue. Quickly tell me. What about others? I have received 3 answers saying 5 answer we understood, and 2 said explain it again. What about others? Quickly tell me. I have disabled the microphone, no problem. And now you guys can take 10 minutes break. Okay, after the 10 minutes, I will tell the same matter, but quickly. I will not give you everything in detail, but we'll tell you the summary only. And after that, we will have a oral exam. Okay, I will ask you the questions by selecting your registration number. Be ready, everyone. Okay, now time is 11:43. Again, come back at 11:55. Not 11:55, 11:50. Okay, 11:50. I will start again. Okay, welcome back. So I'm going to repeat it again. So are you all available? Can I repeat it again, or is that? Quickly tell me, can I repeat it again? Some students are asking to repeat it again. So I'm asking, are you there now? Okay. Now let's see how to do these things again. Okay, it is very important. So wherever you go, wherever you're working, definitely you will have some responsibility to create documents. So when you create documents, it can be your project document, or it can be your assignment document, it can be anything. Okay, in your student life or your working life, wherever you go, it will definitely come with you. So in that time, we must know how to organize our file, how to organize our MS Word document, especially while designing table of content. Don't use manual. So we have the automatic way here, but for that we have to do something. And that is what we have discussed. I'm going to show you again, but in a simple manner. Okay. So I have, let's say this is my document. I have created everything. I have typed all the document required things, and I have created heading section also, but I did not transfer these into heading. Okay, so I have finished it. Look at here. This is, let's say this is my main heading, one of the main heading, and heading 1.1 means it's a subheading of heading 1. Okay, again, heading 1.2 means it is again as a first subheading of main heading, heading 1. Likewise, look at here, I have created this is heading 2 mean this is the second main heading, and likewise heading 3 mean third main heading. Here heading 3.1 mean first subheading of heading 3. Heading 3.2 mean first subheading of heading 3. And heading 3.2.1, that is here. So it's mean it is again the subheading of heading 3.2. So this is how I'm structuring, I'm developing my document. So it's a normal case, people are doing creating table of content using manual method, for example. So they just insert a new page or blank page, or they create a new document separately, and that in that document or in that page, they manually typing table of contents. Again, they are typing heading 1, and they are checking what is the page number for heading 1. Okay, page number 2. Again, heading 1.1. They will check one by one everything. Okay, what is the next heading? Okay, table 1.1, and they know this is a subheading, and they typing something and go there, and again they check the page number, and well, they have to check one by one. Okay, this is page number 2. So likewise, this is not a proper method, and this is not a good way. It is not recommended. Instead, what you need to do, so you can create a new page. Okay, you can create a blank page here, no problem. Now coming to your document area, here this is heading 1. So if you go to home ribbon, you can find the style section here. It is having different number of heading style. Okay, so for me, I'm just creating, this is heading 1, and this is heading 1.1 is the first subheading, that is heading 2. Again, this one heading 1.2 again is a heading 2. It's a subheading now. Okay, then go heading 2. It's a main heading, therefore heading 1. And heading 3 again is a main heading, therefore again it's a heading 1. Heading 3.1 is a subheading, heading 2. Heading 3.2 again subheading, therefore heading 2. Heading 3.2.1, so it is a subheading of heading 2, therefore it is heading 3. Likewise, you have to convert all the heading according to your need. Whether it is heading 1 or heading 2 or heading 3, you have to change it one by one. Look at here clearly. I'm changing all the heading now. So that's all. I have created all the heading. Okay. So now go back to the table of content area. So this page, let's say in this page only you need to create a table of content. So place your cursor in the first page or in the first position, starting position, and go to references, click references, and look at here, table of contents here. And click this one and select any of these style. Automatically you will have the table of content. See, it is automatically appeared. This is the main heading. This is first subheading. This is second heading, and their page number. Okay. For example, if you remove this page, okay, let's say go to page 3. Page 3 into the new page. Let's see. Now you change the heading to page from page number 4 to page number 5. Now go here. Look at the page number, heading number 3 is in page number 4 previously. Now it is in page number 5. So if it is changed, automatically it is also made changed. So therefore we need to update. We don't need to type one by one. Just come here, see update table is here or here. You can click either of these one button. Automatically, see it is asking only the page number or entire table. It's better to update the entire table and click it. Now see the heading number will change into 5 automatically. See, it's changed. It is in page number 5 now. So this is the benefit. Did you understand now? Now tell me, did you understand? What about others? Are you all okay now? Okay, now if it is not coming, it means you have done some mistake. Follow the procedure perfectly. Okay, now I'm going to show you. Let's say I'm removing this one. Okay, leave it as it is. Now I'm going to create my own style. Let's say, for example, look at here. These style, these heading 1, heading 2, it is already created by the MS Office. But you may have your own idea. You want to create heading 1 in this style, heading 2 in this style. So you may have some expectation. Now it should be appeared in your document. Okay. I will show you how to create your own headings style. Okay. After the Azan, I will continue. Okay, now let's see how to create our own heading style. So go to home menu, home ribbon, in the style section, click the arrow button here. So it will show you more styles and create your own style. And click create style. Okay, for your style, you can give some name. Let's say my H1 heading. Let's say this is heading one, main heading. Give some name here, like here, my H1. And don't click OK. You have to click modify. So your name is okay. Style type is paragraph and character. Style based on heading 1. It is a main heading. Okay. So heading 1. This is no, don't need to change. Style for the following paragraph. After the heading, you will have a paragraph. So it is asking what type of style are you asking? It's a normal. Okay. Okay, now you can give a font name for your style. Let's say Times New Roman. And you can increase the size. So you can make it whether it is center or not. And the color of your font. That's enough. That's all. That's all. This is enough. Now click OK. So one heading is created. Let's see next heading. Create another heading. Let's do put this is subheading 1. MH2. Click modify and style based on normal heading. Normal. And for this main heading 2, you can give some other, let's say Times New Roman, and should be 16, and dark blue, let's say left side. Only the main heading will be in the center. So you can decide it. I have created second also. MH1, MH2. Now I'm going to create MH3, third subheading. So you can give any name here. So I just giving you, just for the easiness, I'm giving you MH1, MH2, MH3. Style based on heading 3 and normal. Let's make it 14. That's all. This is heading 3. Let me check this heading 2. This is heading 2. Sorry, it should be heading 2. Okay. Heading 2 and font size 16. That's not a problem. Okay. So I have created 3 heading. Okay. So if you want to modify it, just right click on your style and click modify. You can rename it from here also. Okay. Now come here. This is heading 1. This is our heading 1. And this is heading 2. Like again, this is also heading 2. So you can create your own heading now very easily. This is main heading. This is also main heading. This is heading 2. This is heading 2. And this is subheading of heading 2. So heading 3 in main heading. So these style can be done with your own imagination. So you can create anything you wish. And you can use it. But be very careful. You have to mention, are you creating this style for heading or some other purpose? That should be mentioned clearly. Then only can easily do these things. If you select heading 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 only, it will be shown in your content area, table of content area. Otherwise, it will not show you. So that's all finished. And now let's see how to create the table of content. I've completed all the heading part. Look at here my document now. So based on my heading style, I've created different heading. Okay. Now done. That's all. Now keep your cursor in the first place or the starting place of your table of content page area and go to references and click table of content. That's all. Same again. Look at here. Same. Still same. So this is how we are creating heading while developing or while creating any reports in MS Word. So now tell me, do you guys have understood what I did? Or do you need to repeat it again? Quickly tell me. Quickly tell me, is that okay? Okay, do some practices if you can. If you have a laptop, kindly do some practices so you can familiar with these matters. Okay, now let's move the question part. Friend, the first quiz is open for all. Anybody can answer me, but you have to send your answer in the chat box, direct message. Don't send me in the comment everyone. Send me the direct message. You select my name and send me. Okay, the first quiz, 3 students will be selected. Those who answer first. Okay, the first quiz. Let's say if I do any changes in my heading area or in my document, my page number may be changed. In that sense, how can I update my table of content? What is the option? I'm repeating the question again. So after finishing my document, I did some, the updates and everything. I have updated my table. Look at here, this is the table. Now I change some changes in my document. Let's say I'm moving heading number 3 to next page. So definitely the page number will be changed for the heading 3. So how can I change these changes in my table of content? I received one answer, very good, P0002. About the others? Yes, Nafchan, you're also correct. Nafjan, please rename your registration number. Remove Nafjan, the word Nafjan. 0017 also provide this update exact answer. Okay, now the answer is update table. Okay, update table, the option update table, it is in, look at here, in the reference area, or else if you click the table of content, it is also showing update table. So by clicking this one, look at here, heading 3 now is in 4. If I click, automatically it will change to 5. See, it's changing to 5. This is how we have to update it. Okay, so student, those who answer the first will, you can check your answer and you will have the bonus marks. Okay, I will note down, I have noted down your registration number. Now the next quiz. For this question, you have to say true or false. If my sentence or if my status is correct, you have to say true. If my status is wrong, you have to say false. Okay, now the status is we can create our own table of content. We can create our own table of content. It is true or false? So the correct answer is true. Okay, because we can create our own style of table of content using this custom table of content option. Okay, now the second status. Okay, I'm stop sharing. Now I'm going to ask you, you have to send your answer to the chat box. Second question. Heading style can be customized according to the user need. Heading style can be customized. Yes. Who is the answer first? P0022 answer. Okay, 22 and P0017, P002. All the three students has answered the correct answer. Next one. Next one. What is the shortcut key to create superscript? What is the shortcut key to create superscript? P0024 has sent the correct answer, and other two students have the chance to send your answer. What is the shortcut key to create superscript? No, only one send the correct answer. Others are sending wrong answer. Okay, so only one got the answer. 24 only got the answer. The correct answer, Control Shift plus. Control Shift, yes. 19 also has sent his answer. The correct answer, Control Shift plus. Okay, so 24 and 19 got the answer. So now the next one. The next one. It is a true or false. Status is, it is possible to convert all small letters to capital letters in MS Word. P002, P0019, P0018 has sent me the correct answer. Has sent me the correct answer. P002, P0019, P0018. And others also send the answer, but bit late. So I have select only the first three answer. Okay. And next one. Format Painter can be used to copy the text. Format Painter can be used to copy the text. Okay, I have received the three answer. Many of you have sent a very wrong answer. Only three has sent the correct answer so far. P002, P0019, P0022. These three students has sent me the answer. because Format Painter, we are using Format Painter for copy the text style, not text. Okay, so your answer is, the correct answer is false. Okay, the next section. Okay, now let's move to the new section. And this one, can you see the screen? Drop cap. Can you see the screen? I have shared this slide here. Can you see it? Okay, good. So it's about, you can see the letter here, this box, this one. So drop cap mean this one, making the first letter something like this. You can see these kind of styles in the newspapers. Okay, so when you type U, only the first letter will be changed as a bigger one, and the rest of the letter will seems a normal one. Okay, we'll do we'll check how to do this one. So drop the first letter in a paragraph from the rest of the sentences as shown in the figure below. We have to follow the steps given here. Okay, let's see how to do that. Let's move the, okay, here we'll use the same heading. This I want to make the B only. Go to insert menu. Okay, and here we have the section text. From this one you have to click, see, dropped. Whatever you can. So it has some other option also. Drop cap, drop. So this is what. So even you type something, look the changes. It will cover up 3 lines, but you can change to more than that. Let's say so lines to drop 3. If you want to create 4 lines, 5 lines, 6 lines, up to you. See, it is cover up 5 lines. So if you want to change to 4 lines only, you have to change 4. So it is possible. If you want, you can change to 2 lines only. Go here and change to 2 lines and see. Look at here. This is what we call drop option. Okay, or drop cap. Did you understood? Is it enough? Yes, students, did you understood how to do this? Or do I need to repeat it again? Okay. I'm asking to repeat it again. Please watch closely. So drop cap mean in any paragraph or sentence or word, change the first letter of a word into the different format, which will cover more than 1 line. So you can see this example. See, in this paragraph, I have changed Y as a drop cap, which is comprising 3 lines. So if you want to make it 2 lines, we can convert it. If you want to make it 5 lines, we can do that. So these operation or these process we used to say drop cap. Okay. Now I'm going to show you in practically how to do that. So this is our document. So can you see the MS Word window? Can you all see it? Okay, now look at here clearly. So in this paragraph, I'm going to change B as a drop cap. Okay, I want to change this B as a drop cap. So for that purpose, go to insert menu, then go here, come here, text area. In this area, you can find drop cap. And there are two options. See, so you can select anything, but you can feel the difference. See, look the different. Okay, so these default value will create a drop cap with 3 lines. These capital V now comprising 3 lines. If you want to make it 4 lines, or if you want to make it 2 lines, it is still possible. So to do that, go to drop cap and select the option drop cap options. From this one, sorry, I have to select the letter first. From this one, you can increase or decrease the number of lines. It's a default value 3 line. I want to create 2 line or 4 line. It's up to me. And distance from the text. So if you want to create any distance from the big V and the rest of the letters, you can create it. Okay. See, I have created a drop cap with 2 lines and 1 inch. I can change it. No, it's a simple thing. So this is how we have to create drop cap. So now tell me, now understood or still you need some clarification? No problem if you understand. Tell me, I will explain. Is that okay now? The one who 3 students asked me to explain it again. Please tell me, students. Okay, good. Thank you very much. Okay, so and this is for you guys. Before coming to the next class, you have to learn these things. Go somewhere else, go to YouTube, wherever you go and search and study column setting. Normally, if you see the document, it has only 1 column. Then how to convert 2 columns or 3 columns? Study that. Page formatting in respect of page border, how to use page border, how to create page border, and how to design the page border, how to insert header and footer and page number in your document. This thing you have to learn it. And change the format of the page number. For example, if you have 25 pages in your document, so you want to create first, you don't need to put page number for the first 3 page, and the rest of the pages should have pages about, that is about numeric number, whatever the number, or different page numbers in single page, like first 3 pages in numeric number, and the rest of the pages are in Roman numbers. How to do these changes? You have to learn. We have, I didn't tell you directly, but indirectly I told you how to differentiate between 2 pages, how to create differences. So I hope you remember the thing that creating page layout, how to in a single page, how to create the horizontal, how to create vertical pages. Okay, that is also we have discussed. I have demonstrated you. Okay, and finally, third one, insert watermark. You have to learn how to insert watermark, how to create your own watermark. So those kind of setting you have to please learn and come while coming to the next class. So you may have some oral quizzes in this section. So if you still have some doubt, dear students, you can ask me now. It's a time for you. I'm ready to answer you. If you don't have any doubt, please tell me. I'm going to wind up. Is that all? Okay, and I wind up. Okay, time's up. So if you have anything, please tell me in the WhatsApp. You can send me or you can call me and tell me. Okay, thank you for joining with me. Have a nice weekend, everyone. Give a PDF document to include all of today's lesson. Yes, I have already uploaded the slides to the Google Classroom, and by this evening I will upload the recorded videos. So all the previous session already uploaded there. You can go and find it, and today's also will be uploaded to the the Google Classroom. And if anybody cannot use Google Classroom, you can post it on in our group, ask in our group, and any student can share there. Okay. Okay, dear students, thank you. Bye bye.